Welcome back, everyone, to Missions 101, where today I am back here with Jorlar in Zajâna, where we are going to find the second mission in this group, which is Another Man's Treasure. We have received troubling reports from the north, near the pass of Charganpata. Locals say a man is living out there among the Zizani in the swamp, breaking into their homes as they sleep and stealing their things before sconning back to the Sharganpata. I would presume that he is breaking into the homes of the locals, not into that of the Zizani. This is alarming, not least because Sharkampata is quite hostile to all but the Zizani. Could you investigate these claims, and if this is true, try to speak sense into this man? I will see what I can do. Anything else in there? Nope, I hope that these claims are unfounded, and that you find nothing. Nevertheless, take care. One does not live among the Zazani for one's health. You may find trouble in pursuit of this man. Alright, wow, something different actually said in the travel page. The lake in question is up ahead. But before we go down into the lake area, there are going to be a pair of Zazani that we must deal with before, because the lake area is a little bit to the left over there. But I should find some. Yeah, this pair is Zazani right now, because we need this fighting Zazani right here in order to get the full amount. Maybe it's possible to do it without these two, but I know the last time I tried it without doing these two, I had to come back and go after them. So I take care of these first. Then I head down to the lake and start to look for them. At least now, this one, I don't get lost in all that much because we have this lake making things really differentiated. So I don't have to worry about, is it this tree or that tree? Because when you're in the middle of a bunch of ruins or trees, well, I don't know if you get lost there, but I certainly get lost in such places. So it is nice being like in a cave, as I was in the last one with the spiders, and in the lake here. So that's probably why I like this set of missions more than I like the first set. Now, of course, it does help from the point of view of this character is that I can come and do these missions without being killed by overzealous elves. There you go. Hello. And the caretakers of the woods seem to be making sure that no underleveled hobbits reach their zone. Well, this particular set though does have quite a number of these. Okay, the queens. The queens are rather strong, and they have the ads that come with them. Because I think that the smaller one in there is a youngling that's associated with the queen. Alright, here we go. There's a 6. Okay. Right, that one was number 6. So now I do find, of course, the Zani digging into the ground to be a little inconvenient, but at least I don't get lost in this one. So its annoyance is not nearly as bad as it is in some of the others. Like in the ones where I get constantly lost or something like that. There we go. That's number 7 for the plates. At least they look like plates to me. I can only think of it is that they're complaining that someone's coming in and stealing their and stealing. I wonder what you would call that. I mean, yes, I know if they look like that they would be porcelain, in which case, so stealing their china plates or something like that would be the term you would use in our world. But somehow, calling a porcelain plate china is doesn't quite work in Middle Earth to me. There you go. All right. So you see, I still have two biters plus a queen. Now here's a biter right here. The burrowers, there seem to be no trouble in getting enough burrowers. So that's no problem. The problem I usually have is getting enough biting Zajâna. And actually, yeah, here it is. Number, and the queen. Yeah, actually, this might give me the exact number I need. So let's see where this. Well, it looks like this one never brings in the youngling or something. That sort of kills my hypothesis on that the fourth one before was a youngling associated with the queen. Oh well. Anyway, that is everything. So now I need to find Zahir the Horseman and recover the treasures. And I think he likes to be up here on the western side. You hear a rage. Zvalkar has been collecting these rare treasures. And you notice the word treasure has a question mark on it whenever you pick one up in there. To say that, well, someone's porcelain plates really treasure. Actually, I don't know whether they're porcelain or some sort of metal or something. In any case, nice dinner plates. Now they're going to have to clean them up after their time in the swamp and all that. There we go. Now, I believe the scout is going to be on the island. Yeah, there we go. Right on the island in there. So we can go there. So I have no trouble remembering where they're at. That you've got the horseman down here and that we've got the scout over here. Because there are a lot of missions where I cannot remember where they're at. I have a lot of trouble. So I just leave instance instead of worrying about this. But this one, I can find this scout pretty easily. I rejoice to see fewer of these Zajâni, such massive pests. What a strange tale you tell of this Zawahar. Let's return to Zajâna, and you can tell Jolar all about it. All right, let's go. I've returned with the stolen goods and have managed to deal with the perpetrator.
What can I do for you?
A horseman? I can scarcely believe it. Still, we will make sure that these possessions return to the people he stole them from. I hesitate to call these valuables, but they will be returned. Thank you for seeing to this matter through to the end. Well, I suppose to them they were valuable. But that's it for the second mission, but the third mission, see, chopping the, oh no, it's one in the woods. Well, back to the woods in the next episode of Missions 101.